In December 2019, some of the residents of the Maples found out that the dream they were sold by Redrow was to be destroyed. The major road scheme was going to be implemented to both Ermine Street and Neale Drive. It became evident after further investigations that the changes planned for Neale Drive would endanger residents' lives and those using the road. "90% of the residents grouped together with other supporters in and around Buntingford, the UK and even worldwide. Even the media have supported to stop Neale Drive becoming a death trap. Part of the planning has been amended. Both entrances and exits are remaining open on Ermine Street. However, other decisions are still being pursued that will cause deaths and serious accidents. Previous councillors who agreed this condition started to help rectify the issues, but did not finish. Why must we not let these changes happen? Let us show you. On the existing exit route on Ermine Street, part of the planning is to implement speed bumps to this part of Ermine Street. This will slow down the HGVs and other vehicles leaving the industrial estate and town. As you can see, these homes are also protected by the large frontages in front of their homes, some being up to 25 metres away from the road. The residents of the Maples, including those living on Neale Drive, want the road open so cars have an additional route to exit the A10 that helps avoid unnecessary traffic to the high street. It is the new junction being implemented that is the cause for all the opposition, because it will push all vehicles from HGVs to buses to farm traffic up this residential road unnecessarily and causing safety issues. The diagram to the right, you will see all vehicles have no option but to be pushed up Neale Drive. Should a HGV or any other vehicle want to continue using the route of Ermine Street, they will need to stop, cross over the oncoming traffic that is coming down Neale Drive, and make a right turn to continue up the new layout of Ermine Street. As it is clear to see, this manoeuvre is more dangerous, and we know traffic will ultimately flow with the path of least resistance, and all traffic will continue around the sweeping bend and onto Neale Drive and through the residential estate. Please note, this grass area on the junction of Neale Drive and Ermine Street will be the continue of Ermine Street. Therefore, Ermine Street will no longer be a straight road. Now let's look at both routes, current and planned. Now, if the T-junction remains the same and restrictions are applied to keep all HGVs off Neale Drive, except for loading, like the High Street, they will proceed safely up this straight, wide and interrupted road, with no residents' homes directly on the roadside. This existing route is lower and screened by mature trees and hedging, allowing this to be the safe exit for HGVs, buses and farm vehicles to the A10. Now let's go back to see if the sweep is enforced. As you can see, the first danger is this driveway that is located exactly on the bend and impossible for these residents to manoeuvre safely off their drive. This and many other hazards have been picked up already by the Safety Audit 1 by Highways, who have also highlighted dangers to people, cyclists and vehicles. They have confirmed that lorries will find it hard to negotiate this proposed design. You have families on Neale Drive and the north side of this estate, all using this road frequently to access the town, or merely play out on this family estate. This action will cause additional and unnecessary pollution, noise and vibration to these residents. And this design ignores the Department of Transport's own guidelines, as laid out in Manual for Streets, whereby people must be prioritised over traffic. Approaching the road coming down the sloping hill in Neale Drive, HGVs will not have the capacity to pass each other safely, given that speed restrictions have not been considered for this road, only Ermine Street. On Phillips Way, there are no pavements, so residents must walk in the road to cross Neale Drive to access the town. The HGVs that cross paths here side by side will have to contend with a blind bend and will be forced to use curbs that are only 2.9 metres from front doors that home young children. For some of these families, solicitors had not highlighted the change of junction as they had not come up on the local searches that were applied for from the local authority, East Herts District Council. It is important to highlight that the safety issues on this road have already been documented by the Safety Audit 1 carried out in 2016. This was carried out by Hertfordshire Highways and as of yet not considered or addressed by East Hertfordshire Council in the safety audit that has been carried out and signed off in March 2023. It is now evident that the decision is not appropriate or justifiable through a family residential estate. It will cause a death or deaths and can be avoided now easily. What do we need you to do? Keep the junction the same, a normal T-junction at the bottom of Neale Drive. Restrict the HGVs from entering or exiting the estate via Ermine Street or the A10. Stop the sat-navs directing all traffic through this residential estate. Add speed restrictions, such as 20 is plenty, and no double yellow lines so families and visitors can still park on this residential estate. Install speed restrictions on Ermine Street as planned. The planning condition and approval to shut the existing exit at Ermine Street has been reversed, leaving the connection open now to exit the A10 safely. We have been advised that the new committee at East Herts District Council have the power to reconsider this application, as this resolution was not only decided before the local elections, but material aspects have now changed due to the exit staying open and life-threatening dangers being highlighted. Therefore, it is possible to make these simple amendments required by the Section 278 works at the bottom of Neale Drive to keep the junction the same, a T-junction, and restrict the lorries to keep residents safe. So please, it is time to make this right before someone is killed or injured. One lorry is one too many on a residential estate. Safety should always come first.
Please keep